Hello, my name is Jeff Kelly. I am a consumer bankruptcy attorney, and my law firm covers pretty much all of North Georgia. We cover the Gainesville area, we cover Atlanta, Rome, and also Noonan as well. In this video, I want to answer the question, if I file bankruptcy, are they going to take my tax refund? And the answer is, it depends. What? Well, what does it depend on? Okay, number one, how much are we talking about? Are we talking about $1,000, $2,000, anything less than $2,000? I'm just not worried about. Let's talk about Chapter 7 situations first, and then we're going to go into a Chapter 13 situations in regard to tax refunds. Okay, so number one, I get it. For a lot of people, the tax refund is the biggest check they're going to receive in the entire year. And most people already have it allocated for children's clothes, fixing the leaky roof that's been leaking forever, or maybe repaying a loan back to a family member to help get us through the year. Okay, number one, uh, repayment of loans to family members, that would be a red flag. So hypothetically, let me just make up something. Let's say somebody files a case, Chapter 7, and they get a $10,000 tax refund, and they use five of it to repay their mother and father for a loan that they had made throughout the year. What's the Chapter 7 trustee going to do about it? And the answer is they're going to sue mom and dad for the $5,000, most likely. Now, what if it's less? What if it's $500? Could a Chapter 7 trustee write a letter to the parents and say, hey, this payment's a preference? We need to distribute it equally amongst all creditors? Yeah, they could. Are they going to? Probably not. Why? Because $500 is probably not enough money to open an estate, set a proof of claim deadline, and go through all of the steps that a Chapter 7 trustee would have to go through over such a small amount. So, not real worried about $500 or less, 5,000 or more. Yeah, a little worried about that. Now, let's talk about exemptions. Georgia is an opt-out state, which means you can't use federal exemptions. Your only choice is to use Georgia exemptions if you file in Georgia. So, what's the absolute most you can exempt in the state of Georgia? If you're a married couple, that's going to be a little over 20, I think it's $22,400. Single person is going to be and $200. But bear in mind, that's your wild card exemption, and you might need to use some of that for, excess equity you might have in a house, bank accounts, blah, 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 blah. Long story short is to know you need to meet with the bankruptcy attorney, and we got to look at all of your assets, everything, and we got to make sure that wild card doesn't need to be used somewhere else. Now, let's say you've already received the tax refund. You've spent it on good things, like we said, children's clothing, repairs to the house, justifiable stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to file Chapter 7. That's not going to be an issue. Let me just be ridiculous. And let's say you get a $20,000 tax refund. I've never seen that. I haven't seen that ever. Um, Trustee might look a little more closely at spending that money. But again, if you've got enough exemptions left over, we should be able to protect that. Now, let's switch gears here and let's start talking about Chapter 13. So, if you file Chapter 13 right now, pretty much it's going to be the same thing. If you've already spent your refund, we're okay. But what if you're due to get it back? What's the rules in Chapter 13? And if you're getting anything less than $2,000, the trustee is going to let you keep it, no questions asked. But what if you get more? Houston, we got a problem. They're going to want it, bottom line. Now, for the this video is made in the year 2026. If we're referring to a tax refund that comes from the 2025 tax year, I think we can conceivably, exempt everything we can with the wild card, so you can keep that year. But whatever your applicable commitment period is, the trustee is going to want your tax refund anything above $2,000. How do they know how much tax refund you get every year? And the answer is in Chapter 13 in North Georgia, you have got to show the trustee a copy of your tax refund every single year. That's right. What happens if you don't? What if you file 13 and you say, up yours, you're not looking at my tax refund? Trustee will file a motion to dismiss. It has happened, and the judge will dismiss the case because they do have a right to look at your tax refund, your tax return every single year you're in an active 13. Now, if your applicable commitment period is only for 36 months, then you're only going to have to give your tax refunds for 36 months. If your applicable commitment period is 5 years, you've got to do it all 5 years of your case. These are very complicated rules. You got to meet with a bankruptcy attorney. You've got to see how it applies to your particular situation. Now, let me shift gears and just make up a scenario for you. Let's say somebody's in a Chapter 13 and they do get a big fat refund, more than $2,000. So they get $10,000 and they're in a Chapter 13, but they really need all of this money to fix this dire situation with the house. Can we file a motion to keep it for that specific person? And the answer is, yeah, we can. Now, but before you spend it, the judge has got to grant it, which they will. Our bankruptcy judges are very reasonable, compassionate people. Um, Repairing a house and keeping a roof over your head, that's a great reason. If you were wanting to get a tax refund so you could take a trip to Hawaii that you've always dreamed of, forget about it. Judges aren't going to allow you to use your tax refund and wipe out credit card debt because you want to go to friggin' Hawaii. Don't be ridiculous. That's not going to happen. But as long as it's for something reasonable, yeah, we can do that. We can file a motion. Okay, so let me reiterate. If you need to file bankruptcy and you've just gotten a big fat tax refund, don't go blow it on something stupid. Number one, don't repay any loans to any friends or family members that could cause a problem. Instead, call a bankruptcy attorney. Let's sit down. Let's go through your assets. Let's go through your budget. Let's see what our options are before you do anything. Don't fall into that trap. A lot of people think, well, if I spend it, it's gone. It's not an issue. Oh, no, 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 no. It still could be an issue. If you want more information on Chapter 13 and Chapter 7, I have a free book you can download from my website, kellycanhelp.com. I also have an audio version of it if you want to listen to it while you're stuck in traffic. It's really a good idea for you to learn as much as you can before you file because that's going to help you answer the right questions. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, please check out my website, kellycanhelp.com. Thank you.